Did you know rappers reacted to Lil Baby's RICO case, sharing exclusive information? As Snoop Dogg tweeted, "First Young Thug, now Lil Baby is being played by that Atlanta DA. Y'all rappers better be careful out there," which is his reaction to the announcement of the head of Georgia's PD Council's gang unit says his office is preparing to defend against a potential 4PF RICO. When this was announced in court, an investigator in the crowd wrote, "Investigator is on the stand. We are listening to wiretap calls. Someone mentioned that Lil Baby had tickets on some people's heads."
Like, come on, bro, you know what's finna go on. Like, how the hell you can, you know what I'm saying?
They ain't even like that, man. Them got tickets on a lot of these folks, I'm telling you.
We just heard somebody say these folks got tickets on these people. We know what's going on. First of all, who was that said that about the tickets?
Unk, the unidentified male that was being referred to as Unk.
And he's speaking with Mr. Sanders?
Correct.
And what, in your experience, do you know what tickets are?
A price on somebody's head.
What do you mean by what do you mean on somebody's head? What is that?
Like a bounty.
Okay. To have them arrested?
Harm. Or
and who were they referring to in that portion of the call?
They were saying that they had heard that Dominique Jones had tickets on a lot of people's heads.
Dominique Jones wanted to have people harmed.
Correct.
All right, moving on.
As Dominique Jones is Lil Baby's real name, academics would explain the city of Atlanta getting ready to pursue 4PF and Lil Baby on these charges while also sharing never before heard information.
So there's this journalist, he's out of Atlanta, well-reputed journalist. His name is George Chidi. Like, he was the person who was very accurate on predicting that YSL was going to get indicted in the RICO. He's an Atlanta journalist, certified. He's really good. He's came out and he said that the Atlanta Public Defenders Council, like the office, they're basically their specialized unit for Georgia's Public Defender's Office. The unit that specializes on gang cases says the office is actively preparing for a racketeering indictment on the 4PF and OMF case. Now, I don't know what OMF is, and that he expects Lil Baby to be indicted.
This would end up getting the attention of Young Thug, who would react on Twitter, "She's the biggest liar in the DA office," exposing what Marissa looks like while also calling her a liar. As DJ Academics would explain further Marissa's involvement on trying to lock up Lil Baby.
So there's someone named Marissa Viverito. This person was a undercover cop. Now, what she testified to and spoke to is related to the Lil Baby 4PF. So 4PF were beefing with these guys called OMF, which is part of this like bigger like gang called like Goodfellas. And those guys, some of them got indicted federally. Remember when Lil Baby shot the music video in that hood? These guys, they shot the music video that Lil Baby was at. Allegedly, some 4PF dudes went to go to retaliate, and then they came back to spin back on Lil Baby, or not Lil Baby, let's just say 4PF. The investigator that was supposed to be undercover is someone named Marissa Viverito. She testified to a few things. Yo, these OMF dudes are beefing with 4PF. We got wiretaps, so this is how you know an indictment definitely is coming.
As the news would reveal an important update saying, in quote, "Lil Baby has been taken into county jail for questioning on the passing of Jakody Davis and Lamon Freeman. Police questioned why he closed 4PF after the crime went down." As Lil Baby was asked on why he closed 4PF during an interview, and it got really weird. It would be shared. Lil Baby reveals he ended his record label 4PF to avoid it being labeled as a street team, which in my opinion just makes it look a lot more suspicious.
First 4 pockets full had to come to an end. You know what I'm saying?
When you say of course, I mean, why you say of course?
Because all shit that be going on, and I had to start learning that like other people's actions I could be held accountable for.
Right.
I ain't know all that at first. You know what I'm saying? I never would have went that route, but I ain't know. You know what I'm saying? Now that I know, I'd be a fool to just keep the same thing going. They trying to make something out of something that it ain't. Right. Like, if I got any kind of control of, hey, we're gonna switch that whole thing up. It ain't even just about the police, it's just period. You know what I'm saying? Like, I never was supposed to make my label something that I talk about.
To make it even more suspicious, other rappers in the industry did the following thing as Lil Baby. Young and Ace would end up closing his gang, ATK, to distance himself from any other crimes in Jacksonville as well.
I say no more ATK, it ain't no more. What you talking about? All we got shit to say, but don't be on shit, man. They don't get no feet wet or nothing, man. When I say no more ATK, it ain't no more.
With more and more rappers doing the same thing as Lil Baby, it just makes Lil Baby's case look a lot more suspicious. As the scary part is this viral tweet that shared, if Lil Baby does get RICO'd, his career is over. Bro's music is hanging on by a thread, as even DJ Academic said the same thing.
Man, you better listen. I don't know if Young Thug's still just on a vacation. Tell him you need him. You need him for a verse, a song. You probably need him to pop out his loud for you because it would have made it all better. You need this, okay? Please. Yo, the crazy thing is Lil Baby confidently be previewing these. It's like, yo, they're hot. Yo, chat, I feel like the Monstars hopped out of one of them New Jersey drones and grabbed Lil Baby and shook the talent out of him. I don't know what I'm hearing thus far, chat.
But if you are a Lil Baby fan, like the video, as it's important to know the police wrote a statement saying, in quote, the Atlanta Police Department is calling out Lil Baby, saying his actions led to the passing of 2 young individuals during a press conference on Wednesday. The Atlanta PD announced 7 arrests have been made in connection to the passing of Jakody Davis and Lamon Freeman. Major Ralph stated the incidents were a part of a gang war that started with an incident at Lil Baby's music video shoot last May, where 3 people were injured, while strongly saying, in quote, this team will work relentlessly to hold you accountable, telling Lil Baby his days are numbered.
The investigation aspect of this, Lamon Freeman was allowed to be a 13-year-old for 27 minutes before gang violence ultimately took his life. Gang violence was orchestrated by adults in our city. And cowardly acts of an Atlanta-based rapper that decided to go over into a rival gang stronghold and shoot a music video in a place that he knew he should not have been. And in the subsequent days, we saw and ultimately the deaths of 2 children as a result of his cowardly actions. And you know who you are. And I tell you that this team will work relentlessly to hold you and the persons that you are affiliated with responsible for those actions.
As Lil Baby recorded a music video on an ops block outside of a taco shop.
Atlanta police are blaming a local rapper's music video for the deaths of 2 13-year-olds, and a $50,000 reward is being offered for more information. So far, 7 people have already been arrested.
Between the bullets, it was nothing but bullets, pop, 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 pop.
At least 25 shots fired.
Yeah, it was terrible. It was just a concert. I was waiting for Lil Baby to come buy my tacos up.
That same lady that was featured on the news clip actually told the ops that Lil Baby was there, posting on her Facebook that Lil Baby is at her taco shop 3 cars deep recording a music video.
Where y'all at? We over here kicking in. We got Lil Baby shooting a video around here. You know how we do it, that slapping taco. Baby, there he go, there he go. Y'all see him? He came to get him some tacos, baby. Y'all better pull up. Cause you already know how we doing this slapping tacos, baby.
According to evidence, the police believe that the ops didn't even know Lil Baby was there filming. It was actually her Facebook video that got the attention, making them pull up with firearms and clearing the scene. But what's scary is the feds are blaming Lil Baby as 2 individuals sadly passed. This even resulted in a viral tweet. The Atlanta DA wasn't successful getting Young Thug. Watch, she will now go target Lil Baby and use him as an example for the rest of the rappers supplying their gangs with fame, money, and items for street crimes. As the Atlanta DA believes that Young Thug, Lil Baby, other rappers in the Atlanta area funnel their music money into their street teams for firearms, narcotics, anything you can think of, making them a lot stronger than their rivals. As the Atlanta DA already warned the public about Lil Baby's involvement in Atlanta crimes.
An in-depth investigation.
Recent months, you've had 2 high-profile racketeering cases. There's going to be more.
Over the next 60 days, you'll see 2 more.
Which is why ever since then, the Atlanta DA has been placing a trap on Lil Baby. And let me explain. It would be announced Lil Baby was arrested Monday night for carrying a concealed firearm without a permit, and he was sent to the Clark County Detention Center being held on a $5,000 bail.
I need 20 bands, call the number for me. Hey, security, the black guy, call the number for me. They locking me up for a gun, but I got license. Security. I give you 200 bands a year. I swear to God, security. Security. I give you 200 bands a year. You don't make 200 bands here. Hey, lady, my check leave at 9:10. Nah, check me good. I got to my nuts. Check me good. You on the camera? I got to my nuts. Check me good. I got to. All right, y'all let me that car shoot myself dead. Y'all fired.
But it gets a lot scarier than this, as only 8 months before, academics revealed on stream that 4PF was on the same RICO document that YSL was on, and it ended up getting updated in the court system when Lil Baby was arrested in that video clip.
I've heard 2 of them. Like, I've heard the 2 of them. They're like, yo, these are going first, then these are going first. I've heard the names. And I don't know if I should say it. Again, I got nothing to do with no investigation for nothing, whatever, but these are top rappers. Well, one's a top rapper. The other one, matter of fact, I'll do the segment without saying the name. I'll just say this. I believe you know who the obvious name is. They're in Atlanta. They go by three letters. They've been popping. One of the top, I would say, 3 rappers in the game.
But now in present day, with the YSL trial being over, academics was able to explain everything, as Lil Baby has been getting arrested multiple times lately as a warning.
I'm gonna tell you some things that you're gonna have to take my word or don't believe it. It's fine. I don't care either or. When Fonnie Willis started targeting YSL, Fonnie Willis had a bunch of people to target. She wanted Thug. She got YFN. So she got YSL, YFN. Eventually, they were going to get to 4PF. That's one of the reasons they changed their names, by the way. Except, from what I heard, the feds told them, it's okay. We got it. So the feds told him, like, it's okay if you dismiss the charge. So they didn't go that hard with trying to get Dirk, especially after Von died. They dropped that case. They dropped it, but the feds has realized we gonna get Dirk eventually. You doing the math? You see why Lil Baby was moving the way he been? Because Lil Baby hasn't been on Fed watch. He's been on county, state watch.
As did you know that Lil Baby was arrested for an illegal window tint? The official arrest footage was released online.
Huh? Man, you know why I pull you over? These windows, they tinted. You can't see nothing out.
I'm a celebrity, man. Nobody can't see me. Give me my ticket. Let me ride.
I don't know what celebrity you are.
It don't matter. They give me my ticket. Let me ride. I can't have nobody seeing me right here. I'm gonna let my window up.
Oh, yeah, you good, but you can't have that tinted window, man.
All right, they give me the ticket. Have a good day, man.
Now, who are you? You say you,
My name Lil Baby.
Okay, I just need you to sign right here, okay?
You got a pen? 827. You don't be want to have the. You gotta have tints in that level. D4 I take a ticket and somebody follow me home.
Put a 32.
Huh?
You can put a 32. If you got a medical exception, you can get the tint.
In the footage, Lil Baby only received a ticket and he was allowed to go on his way. However, while driving away, he would get pulled over by another officer on the same street. This was due to his name being flagged in the system when he was pulled over by the first officer. The second officer would end up taking him to jail for an unknown reason, and coincidentally not wearing a body cam, which every officer is supposed to be wearing. This even resulted in Lil Baby flying his lawyer out on a private jet, leading into him getting bailed out that night. But you see, this is all a setup. This is why Young Thug was allowed to get a plea deal out of prison, as right when Young Thug was released from jail, he went right after Gunna. Thug tweeted, "Wham, let's drop one on these rats," with the name Wham referring to Lil Baby. Lil Baby's been firm on dissing Gunna for snitching out of the YSL trial early, and the feds knew it. So Lil Baby responded to Thug on Instagram, "We should," just like the feds intended. The following day later, Thug would release another tweet and an Instagram video. First tweeting, "Gunna, stop acting like we're friends on the internet, I don't know you," getting the attention of Gunna and his brother. Gunna's brother would say, "Trust and believe the feeling is mutual." But later on that night, Thug linked up with T.I., posting on Instagram where he clearly says that he is home and that he did it the right way, sneak dissing Gunna.
Hey man, what you gotta tell these people?
Back. Back, Jack.
You feel me?
You did.
Hey man, ain't no cap in it.
No cap in my rap.
You feel what I'm saying?
The right way.
It's time.
The right way, bro.
You feel what I'm saying?
The right way.
Yeah, that way.
Yeah.
And go tell that.
Letting Gunna know that he did it the right way out, T.I. even took his side. But there's a serious issue with the sneak dissing that he's doing to Gunna. As pointed out by academics, the feds, they predicted all of this, which is why they even released Young Thug. An announcement wrote, "Academics speaks on Young Thug getting released, says the stipulations are a setup for the court to put him back into jail," explaining how it's a setup for Thug to eventually fail his agreement, then go to prison for 20 years. But the Atlanta DA knows that Lil Baby would take Young Thug's side, beefing with Gunna, creating a trap to get both of them at the exact same time.
I know some of his fans think he beat the case. He definitely didn't beat the case. Beat the case means you got no stipulations. The Young Thug thing is a win, but it's also a huge setup. If you gonna tell me that they gonna monitor him on a probationary basis for 15 years, can't be in Atlanta, can't communicate with co-defendants or members, he can't rap about, he can't promote any music that has to do with what they believe is activity. But he's always gonna talk about him and his is doing his thing. They might consider that activity. He might be like, yo, me is like, yo, we going to the park getting lit. We going to the club getting lit. They might be like, oh no, you talking about again. So, we celebrating right now because I think we could all see, if you follow that trial at all, whether you're a fan of Thug or not, you can see the pain, you can see was going through it. Like, he gained a lot of weight. Everybody knows Thug was not that weight, so we happy he got out, but we definitely got to be very cognizant of how it's going to play out.